Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is the third video in our series on building a tiny house here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Today we are tackling a pretty important step, getting water and sewer hooked up for the tiny house. The first thing we are doing is digging a trench for the water line. Since the main house already has a water connection, we are tying directly into that. The main house sits on a crawl space and the existing water line runs along the back of the house. So we are digging a trench to tap into that line. This is one of the big advantages of building an ADU. Instead of paying for a whole new water and sewer hookup, we can just connect to what's already in there. That saves time and money. At this point, you will see the trench for the water line continuing towards the tiny house. Now here's where things get a little different. This trench is for the sewer line. Instead of connecting at the back of the house, this one ties into the main house cleanout, which is located in the front. This means we have to dig a separate trench leading all the way from the tiny house to the main cleanout. Both water and sewer lines run about 200 feet in total all the way to the tiny house. So yeah, a lot of digging. But once this part is done, we are one step closer to getting this place fully functional. Alright, now this is something important to mention. See that green box near the tiny house? That's a sump pump. If you're building on a sloped lot, this is an additional expense you need to keep in mind. You need this pump to push the waste to the main cleanout and avoid any sewer backups. Now that both the sewer and water lines are in place, it's time to fill everything back in. You can see the dirt going back into the trench here. This step is super satisfying. Everything is starting to look normal again. And here is the final result. The ground is all backfilled and you wouldn't even know there were trenches here a few hours ago. Another big step checked off for the list for the tiny house. That's it for today's update. We are making solid progress and there is still a lot more to come. Stay tuned for more updates on the tiny house here in Charlotte, North Carolina.